Did you know that moose eat bones? Well, not exactly eat bones, more just kind of grind them down. It's a process called osteophagy, and this is a process that actually there's a decent amount of animals that do. That basically they are gnawing on the bones to be able to get minerals, specifically calcium and phosphorus. And calcium and phosphorus are very important minerals for animals. It's important for their skeleton, for their muscles, for their energy metabolism, and especially for antler-growing animals to grow the antlers. And for moose, this is actually pure bone, and they have to regrow these antlers over a matter of months over the spring and the summer. And during the summer months, it can actually get up to 1 inch of growth per day, which is insane. And by the end of the growing period, it can be 40 to 70 pounds of bone. So obviously this takes a lot of calcium and phosphorus for them to be able to grow this huge of antlers. Well, so what they have to do is usually they're trying to get this from vegetation. That's where they're able to find it. But calcium and phosphorus will vary depending on the soil, the season, and a very many different factors. And so when there isn't enough, they're probably then going to gnaw on bone to be able to get that calcium and phosphorus. Now, with this, an important thing to note is that this actually hasn't been super well studied with moose specifically. It has been shown that they do gnaw on bone, but it hasn't been studied exactly when they do it and what exactly triggers when they do it more. However, it has been studied in other animals like deer. It's actually been studied that they do gnaw on bone more during the antler growing month, when they need more calcium and phosphorus. It's also been shown in cattle that when they know that they don't have enough calcium and phosphorus, they tend to then actually want to gnaw on bone. So this is an actual biological process that this is also most likely what is happening with moose. And so what's really cool about this is that you can actually tell when a moose has gnawed on a bone because it has a specific pattern to its teeth. It creates a different pattern, basically these more parallel, blunt kind of lines. Well, for a carnivore, they have more pointy teeth, so you can actually tell when a moose has been the one that has gnawed on this bone. However, this is also can be very dangerous for the moose itself because it can actually wear down its teeth faster and even break its teeth, which is insane. That it's like they still go through this process, which it makes sense because obviously teeth are also bone, but their teeth are built for leaves and twigs and things like that. But because they actually really need this mineral, they will go ahead and gnaw on bone, actually wear down their teeth and possibly even break their teeth. And what this can cause is that when we're looking at moose skeletons to be able to figure out their age or if they had disease, it actually hurts that because we think that then they're older and maybe they had disease when really they just had to keep gnawing on bones because they weren't able to get enough minerals. So yeah, moose technically eat bones, but they're probably not going to be eating your bones.